Hi Gemini, I hope that you guys are doing well. Before we get into this, I would like to set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Alright, I'm seeing us being successful with a wish that we had, maybe something we wanted to pursue, maybe something we're learning from, growing from, something like that. We may have been wanting to work with somebody that we're teaming up with. There could be someone we're collaborating with on a project. I'm hearing divine conduit with the magician here. You could be writing something. Again, I'm getting something about a project here. If you're working with somebody, but you feel in your head about this. Why? Maybe you're working on believing yourself and believing in yourself and believing in the work that you're doing as well. Maybe stepping into your energy as far as somebody else that I'm hearing creating with. I'm hearing this strongly, Gemini. Because you want things to go well. It's almost like you're worried about if it's going to work out, if it's going to be harmonious, if it's going to be free-flowing or not. Maybe this is something you're being mindful of rather than feeling worried about. Maybe also the ways that this is going to elevate you in a job role that you want to step into. And maybe you feel like the ways that you communicate with somebody, maybe you feel like things get lost in translation with this person. There could be multiple people that you're working with. It doesn't have to be one other person. But it's almost like you're not taking the offer to get into some sort of confrontation or disagreement with this person. But maybe that's why you feel in your head about this. Maybe because you don't want to turn down or reject an offer. But maybe it's almost like the thing is that maybe you realize that when you work with somebody, things don't go smoothly, and that could be why you don't want to work with them, or why you're not taking the offer to work with them, because you want harmony. So it's like you feel in your head and disappointed, maybe because you're not taking an offer from somebody. But you know what you want here. And you care that you feel you're respected and considered within this process. There's going to be a big change. A big, big change, Gemini. And I'm seeing you move away from something that you don't feel like is resonating with you any longer. Because you're recognizing it's time to move forward. And I'm seeing you addressing something mentally, emotionally that's going on. I'm also hearing spiritually. This is linked to your past. This can be linked to a past relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic. I'm seeing a lesson that we're learning here. It's like, what choices, what moves do you want to make that are going to allow harmony to prosper and equality, like you being treated like an equal, maybe even being compensated for time and effort that you're putting in. And this is a lesson about how you advocate for yourself here. Maybe especially in working dynamics that you have with other people, because I'm seeing stuff going on with interpersonal relationships here, whether these be work related or this is like a personal relationship that we have. I'm looking at Mercury and I'm looking at Saturn here, so the ways that we express ourselves, learning lessons in that regard. And maybe also the ways that we feel constricted and how to break out of those binds. Okay. There could be an ending that we went through. A big cycle that we ended. This person might be watching you. I'm looking at the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something that was really out of balance. This can be a relationship. This can be a habit, a behavior. Something intuitively you were being guided away from, Gemini. I'm looking at Capricorn here. Doesn't have to be a Capricorn. But this speaks on things going on in the 3D realm. I'm looking at Cancer. It was like, I'm seeing you wishing to grow away from this experience. I'm seeing you also have success. It was like some sort of relationship dynamic cycle that needed to be ended because you recognized that it was out of balance, whether this was your behavior or somebody else's. And it's like what you wished was to move away from this. And I'm seeing that you're successful in doing this. But there's something that we need to learn and understand prior to moving on, moving forward. But the Chariot is here showing that there's something that we've learned and something that we're growing from. I'm hearing karmic cycle. This can be with a job, somebody we were working with. This can also be with a masculine figure. I'm seeing a karmic test. Whatever this cycle was, in relation to you and this person or this job, it was part of a karmic test to see if you would find balance here. Maybe even to recognize that something was out of balance. And it's like as soon as you pass this karmic test, I'm seeing you fall into a wish fulfillment here. I'm hearing something that you deeply want. I'm looking at balance. This can be a balanced relationship. This can also be some sort of justice that you're looking for, that you're wishing for. And maybe the justice was you moving away from something, so you no longer had to participate or be associated with whatever that was. I'm seeing something that we felt really hurt by. It's a situation. I'm seeing a really big shedding process that we're doing, something that we felt really upset by. I'm getting this notion where it was like as much as you wish that this could be something healthy and beneficial to you, it was really hard to recognize that that's not what it was. And that was a big part of this process. It was almost like opening your eyes to the reality of this situation. But on the other side of this is a brand new beginning for you, and I'm seeing that it's in alignment with something that you want deeply. And it's also going to be something balanced. This is like the justice for the past cycle that she went through, Gemini. Maybe you feel worried to start something new. Like maybe you didn't feel like you would have to, say if this is a relationship, this is just an example. Maybe you had felt like you found somebody that you were going to be with long term and you didn't think you would need to open yourself up to another relationship because you thought this would be your last. And then it was like you recognized that something was not going to work out, something was really out of balance, and now it's time for you to start something new here. But I'm seeing us looking within and finding the light that we seek. I'm looking at Capricorn, I'm looking at Cancer, I'm hearing Aquarius, I'm looking at Libra, and I'm looking at Virgo. And I'm seeing a new offer that comes through for you. Something that's going to be in alignment with your creativity, I'm getting. Maybe even love. I'm looking at Venus on the bottom of the deck. It's almost like while you're looking within and recognizing that there's something new that you're going to be stepping into, I'm seeing somebody additionally coming through and making an offer to you. For some of us, we could be doing shadow work, maybe going to therapy. For others, this is self-regulation. I'm hearing mood regulation. I'm seeing us being very patient here. Alchemizing something we feel stressed out by. You're being guided to take things slowly. And to be tuning into all of your senses. It's going to help you with all of this weight that you're carrying here. And I'm seeing you stepping up and taking the lead with something creatively. I'm seeing you being guided by your intuition. This is in relation to the choices you want to make. And it's giving you the clarity that you're looking for. It's almost like something that you'd been feeling really stressed out by. Maybe because you didn't have all of the information, or you were like looking for some sort of information or an epiphany. I'm seeing that be received here because you're tuning into your intuition. I'm hearing awakening. Yeah, I'm seeing spirit come through with an offer for you. I'm hearing an opportunity to work things out. Maybe for yourself. I don't know if this involves another person. I guess that's for you to decide. But nonetheless, whatever offer this is that's coming through, it's meant to be helping you. I'm getting that this would be something new because I'm looking at 2 pages here. And it's like once you get like this truth or confession or epiphany that you'd been waiting on, I'm seeing you making a plan straight after you receive whatever this Ace of Swords is. And I'm hearing compromise. And I'm seeing spirit helping you plant the seeds in a way that's very pure. It's like you're manifesting something here. I'm hearing the word chastity. I guess that's also a name too, right? I'm seeing an opportunity come through, and I'm seeing it be tied to the Emperor, but I'm also looking at the 5 of Swords here. This can be somebody that's very rigid, very traditional. This can always be an aspect of ourselves if it's not us with another. This can be a father figure as well. This can be somebody funding something too. Maybe something that we're moving away from, or somebody that we're moving away from. This can be somebody that has an empire as well. As I said before, this could be somebody that was funding something. But it's like maybe you felt like you had to compromise something that you weren't willing to compromise in order to be under the like umbrella of security of this person. Very interesting. Yeah, it was almost like something about this person's personality or tendencies came to light. I'm also hearing how their choices affect you. I'm seeing you assessing this offer that's coming in from them. It's like calling judgment on this. Again, it's almost like you recognize something about this person's behavior. This can also always be an aspect of ourselves, if it's not you and another. And it's like, I'm getting you recognizing once something comes to light that you don't want to be part of it anymore. It's like taking a cold, hard look at whatever energy this 5 of Swords is. Whether that's somebody coming towards you, or that's a tendency that you have, and I'm seeing you moving away from something. It's like, even though there is a sense of security tied to like this person or this job or this company, something like that, it's like you recognize that it's superficial and that it's also tied to something that you don't like, and I'm seeing you moving away from this. It's like you're not willing to compromise because you know it's not in alignment for you. You recognize this now. But it was almost like whatever this was related to like this person or this company, you didn't see it straight away. It was something that you came to learn about, something that you came to understand, and then something that you couldn't disregard anymore. And maybe you're recognizing too the ways that instead of relying on another person, you're going to be relying on yourself to build something, but it's something that's going to take time. I'm looking at Sagittarius and Taurus in this spread, and in the spread where I'm talking about the Emperor, I'm looking at Aries, I'm looking at Leo, and I'm looking at Pluto. Maybe you're also finding support with a friend group as well. People that you care for, people you feel connected with. Yeah, I'm almost like, I'm seeing this sense of illusion that was tied to this security. Maybe something that you had been relying on in a way, but it's like once you recognize that this was something superficial, or it made you compromise something that you feel unwilling to compromise, I'm seeing you move away from that. And it's like somebody's energy here that you're recognizing that if you're going to be around this person, you're not able to be vulnerable and in touch in the ways that you want to be. This can be a father figure for some. And you're understanding the rigidity of this this behavior that's associated with this person. And I'm seeing you recognize that you want to move away from this, regardless of what, like, 3D financially they can provide for you. And it's almost like instead of relying on this person with the position that they're taking up, it's like I'm seeing you move away from this person and be like, I'm going to run things, I'm going to play things out the way that I want to. And I'm seeing you kind of stepping into their role for yourself rather than relying on this person. It's like you're stepping into that role to be supportive of to yourself here. Interesting. And Aries represents, is ruled by Mars. And I'm also looking at this sun here too, which speaks about the ego. Mars speaks about the ways that we take action. And Pluto speaks about very big transformations. Also us getting to the bottom of things. Like understanding people's motives, people's behaviors. And also why we're drawn to people, why we compromise things. And what we no longer want to compromise anymore. Also the ways that we can validate ourselves rather than looking for the approval from others. It's like calling your power back to you and taking your power back from anything that you feel like you gave it away to. Wow, Gemini. All right, my friends, we are going to end it there. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for joining. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.